The debate about who is the greatest professional Call of Duty player of all time is a topic that is frequently discussed between pros and fans alike. But there is always one name that appears in the conversation. Three-time world champion Damon "Karma" Barlow. In 2013, 2014, and 2017, Karma was a key ingredient in the success of Farico Impact, Complexity, and Optic Gaming rosters that lifted the World Championship trophy.
That is the type of play you need to get momentum in your favor, and look at his face. He acts like he does it every single day. No big deal.
His ability to adapt his style of play to fit any role that the team needed, combined with almost inhuman levels of awareness, enabled him and his teammates to cement their place in the Call of Duty esports history books. Karma is the only player with 3 world championships to his name, and he did it with 3 entirely different teams. So what exactly made Karma a key to each team's success? And how did he go about taking home Call of Duty's biggest prize 3 times? 2013, the first championship. Karma's ascent to his now legendary status truly began in Black Ops 2. At the first event of the season, his Farico Impact squad picked up a 3rd place finish. But with a subsequent roster change, bringing in Parasite as the primary AR and Miracles, a talented SMG player in his rookie season, alongside himself and Killa, Karma's squad stumbled upon the perfect formula. The team stormed through MLG Columbus, losing just 2 maps on their way to the trophy, before heading across the pond and administering a similar level of dominance on Europe's best. The next event on the calendar was the very first Call of Duty Championships, an Activision-backed $1 million tournament, the most significant event in the game's history. And there was no doubt that Impact were the team to beat. While they were no one-man team, Karma was at the center of Impact's success. With exceptional mechanical skill and an extraordinary game sense, no SMG player in the world matched his influence on a game. From leading in the kill column to playing the objective, Karma did it all. Finding openings where they didn't exist for lesser players, and exploiting them for maximum effect.
Ooh. I don't know if that was a little bit of a shot at Rambo because he was clearly dead. And he decided to put a couple more bullets in him, but Karma's going to pick up some more kills. And yeah, Karma is a mean dude.
He's celebrating those kills. He knows he's playing well.
With Karma continuing to bring that influence to bear, Impact looked set to cruise to Champs victory. But in the winner bracket final, they were stopped short by Envy. A truly heroic performance from Karma in the 4th map, Slum's Hardpoint, pushed the series to a deciding 5th game.
Karma's going to go straight in there, shuts down 1. Smoke goes down as well, going to challenge, pick up the 2nd. Big play from him. Can he find the 3rd though?
Hellstorm acquired, and I love that Karma is playing for the stealth chopper. Get it, buddy. Hill currently being contested, and he's going to get the battle he wanted.
But it was Envy nevertheless who secured the 1st spot in the grand final. That hardpoint performance wouldn't be in vain, however, because Impact made their way back to challenge Envy. The grand final was a continuation best of 11, meaning that the scoreline from their winner bracket final, a 3-2 for Envy, was carried through. Those 2 wins for Impact would prove crucial, as the grand final went all the way to Game 11, where a now legendary 1v1 between Killa and Envy's Proofy decided the game.
It's all hanging on this 1 kill, 12 seconds left on the clock. Proofy has to go back. Killa's gonna have to chase Proofy. Proofy has to go for the defuse here.
He's done it.
He's gonna get it.
Killa's gonna get it.
He does it.
We have a world
championship.
Farico Impact were the first ever Call of Duty World Champions, and Karma had his first ring. 2014, 2 in a row. After Farico Impact's blistering start to Black Ops 2, which included yet another win after their Champs victory, the year should have already been theirs. But another team came along that not only dethroned Impact, but were so dominant that they eclipsed the World Champions entirely. 2013 is largely remembered not as the year of Impact, but the year of Complexity, who began a dynasty that remains one of the greatest of all time. By the end of the season, Karma had parted ways with his Impact teammates and joined Envy, who he remained with heading into the Ghost season. Despite some solid performances, however, Karma's Envy never really looked like a championship contender. And meanwhile, Complexity carried their momentum right into the first event of the new game, MLG Columbus.
Sharp has gone down and Complexity has taken another MLG title.
This is remarkable play.
At that moment, few could have predicted that Karma would pick up another CoD Champs title just a few months later, but then the unthinkable happened. Complexity, the most dominant squad in Call of Duty history, made a seemingly unprompted roster change, removing Clayster despite having just picked up their 4th consecutive championship. There could be only one choice for his replacement, Karma, who despite having been unable to claim another trophy after departing Impact, had remained one of the most exceptional individual players throughout the Black Ops 2 season. In Complexity, however, Karma was faced with slotting into a very different kind of lineup. TP was the main objective player on the game, while Crimsix and Aches provided SMG slaying power. And Crimsix, by then himself considered the best player in the world, was given free reign to play whatever role he chose. Karma was stepping into the shoes of an elite AR player, and he had to adapt his playstyle accordingly. Now as the main assault rifle player on the team, Karma was providing support for his teammates in a much more passive role.
Oh, that was nasty. TP's gonna slide another one home. 9-3. 6-cap lead. Karma's gonna be small killing. He's gonna get 3 pieces of his own. Oh my god!
3 back-to-back 3 pieces
wow.
and 3.
Sometimes switching to an SMG for specific strategies at the beginning of the domination matches, and on the odd occasion in Search and Destroy, and even picking up the sniper rifle when necessary. Other than that, Karma would fill any gaps within the team, holding down lanes with an AR or beefing up the Complexity presence on an objective. His statistics weren't always the highest, but his positioning was second to none, making him a vital part of the team. Complexity didn't miss a beat, looking just as unstoppable in their first outing with Karma as they had before. When the Call of Duty Championships came again in March 2014, Karma once again found himself as the tournament favorite, despite the dramatic shift in his own role. Complexity breezed through the tournament in what remains one of the most convincing CoD Champs runs of all time. A 3-0 sweep in the final saw Karma once again deny Envy a chance at World Championship glory and collect his 2nd ring at their expense. 2017, 3 rings. History repeated itself in 2015 when a surprise roster change meant Karma once again found himself on a super team that he might otherwise never have been a part of. Optic Gaming had formed one of the most stacked rosters of all time, bringing in Crimsix and Formal alongside Scump and Nadeshot. And after falling just short of winning the first event of the Advanced Warfare season, had been in fantastic form heading into the World Championship. At the event itself, however, they failed to secure the title they seemed destined for, finishing in 7th place, and shortly afterwards, Nadeshot announced his retirement. Of course, the team looked to Karma as his replacement, forming the lineup that would go on to be considered the greatest of all time.
That play from Karma, arguably the MVP performance here in game number 1. Optic is gonna lock things up here in the first map in our best of 5, 203 to 170.
Yet again though, Karma was faced with the need to adapt his playstyle significantly. Even more so than Complexity, Optic Gaming had no more space for star players. In Scump, Formal, and Crimsix, the roster already featured 3 of the most talented players to ever grace the game, and Karma was replacing Nadeshot, an objective player. As a result, Karma moved into a supporting role, collecting any time in Hardpoint Hills and providing additional firepower to the attacking partnership of Crimsix and Scump. Karma's 3rd ring took longer than expected, however. In 2016, Optic were once again the favorites for the Call of Duty Championships, but yet again, they picked up a 7th place finish. The team's failures at the biggest event on the calendar had become a black mark on their legacy, and one that would need to be cleansed with a victory if they hoped to truly claim the title of greatest of all time. In 2017, Optic Gaming once again took victory in the event preceding the Call of Duty Championships, proving that they were still in championship form. Pressure was on for the big one, however. Now approaching 3 years of being the most dominant team on the circuit but without a World Championship win, questions were being asked about how much longer the squad could stay together if they continued to fall short on the biggest stage. At the Infinite Warfare World Championship, Karma and the Green Wall swept through the group stage with another flawless record, only conceding a single map. It was in the bracket stage that they needed to conquer their demons, however. The team had a bit of a scare in winner bracket round 2 against European powerhouses Splice, but a solid performance from Karma in game 5 helped them secure victory.
There's a challenge from Formal. Zero now dead. It's all on Jerd. The Irishman down. Scum getting hyped. Optic Gaming on their feet. And now tonight, boy oh boy, Optic versus FaZe later on today.
A clean sweep of rivals FaZe Clan propelled Optic to the winner bracket final, but there they were stopped by Team Envy, who claimed the first grand final spot with a 3-1 victory. With their championship hopes on the line, Optic Gaming annihilated Luminosity to return to the grand final and face Envy again. This time though, they'd need to win back-to-back series in order to claim the trophy that had so long eluded them. Throughout Optic's CoD Champs run, Karma had demonstrated why he remained such an integral part of his team, despite performing a much less flashy role than in his heyday as a star. His incredible game sense, which had once been used to amplify his slaying capacity, was now directed at playing the objective, making space to allow the likes of Scump and Formal to focus on racking up massive kill counts and outthinking opponents in search and destroy for crucial clutches. As a supportive player, he also had a secret weapon.
Fantastic plays by Karma, able to lock that down for Optic Gaming. And they're a scary team. When he gets going, they're going to be very difficult to beat because you know at least Formal and Scump are going to play well. Formal's starting to come back a little bit, having a really slow start to this game. But
Snapper, man! The snapper! Oh. 8 in a row! Fully streaked out, 15-6 is Karma as he is manhandling E United.
Though his usual role meant he wasn't expected to top scoreboards, nobody has ever been more overqualified for the position. At his peak, Karma had been the best player in the world, and when Optic needed it the most, he still had flashes of that old carry potential in him. If there's one place that Karma thrives, it's in a Call of Duty Championships Grand Final. Against the boys in blue, he pulled out every trick in his arsenal, filling every gap and shifting his playstyle to Optic's demands in each map. Fittingly, it was a vintage carry performance that put the final nail in the coffin, dominating the last map of the second series to secure the victory. Karma claimed his third ring at the expense of Envy, and Optic Gaming finally took their place as the greatest Call of Duty team of all time. As he enters the twilight of his storied career, Karma has set the benchmark as the player with the most World Championship victories. Achieving this with 3 different teams across 3 titles, where mechanics and metagame and game modes altered drastically between 2013 and 2017, is an immense feat. And with the change of format due to franchising, it's one that will remain unmatched, at least in the exact same form as Karma's victories. There has never been another player quite like Karma. His unique feel for the game means that his genius often manifests in a way that is entirely unpredictable. And yet, when Karma solves what may have been an impossible problem for any other player, it appears inevitable. Even in a much more supportive role, he was always capable of stepping up and reminding the world that it once belonged to him. And at his best, he's one of the most thrilling players to watch that Call of Duty has ever seen. With the accolades to match, it's no wonder that many consider him the greatest of all time. Do you think Karma is the GOAT? And are his championship days behind him? Or do you think he still has what it takes to get back on top? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Call of Duty content.